Morning everyone, my name's Matt and welcome back to Cobb Hill Farms. It's hay baling day here on the farm. We got 10 acres of hay down on the ground. Yesterday Logan and I went through with the Super M and the 4-star tedder, got that spread out so it could dry. Pretty confident it's dry this morning. Just waiting for the morning dew to burn off and we'll get up there, get it raked into windrows and get some baling done. We got the Farmall H out. That's what we're going to use on the New Holland roll bar rake today. That's my absolute favorite raking tractor. 4th gear just off an idle, cruise right along, does a nice job. We got the New Holland 268 square baler hooked up to the Farmall 460 gas tractor. That's going to be the power unit for the square baler today. The last couple times that I've been out square baling this year, when we did the small little piece for around the corner for a horse farm lady that I know, and then when we did the one round with the 5 acres here that we ended up switching into doing round bales, I had problems with the knots hanging up on the bill hook on the right side knotter stack. So yesterday I hooked this up, brought it down to the shop and made some adjustments to both knotter stacks to hopefully alleviate that problem. So just to give you a quick insight on a couple of the adjustments I made on this knotter stack, I got a couple old parts from this knotter. The two main components that I adjusted, the first one is the knife arm. This has a couple main functions. First and foremost is it cuts the twine. After it's held in the bill hook, makes it the knot. The knife arm comes back through, has a sharp edge on here and cuts the twine. I sharpened that up a little bit. The other thing that plays a big factor in with a knife arm is this surface right here. This is a surface that when it comes back through, it swipes across the bottom of the bill hook. The bill hook is actually what makes the knot. This is your bill hook assembly right here. It's got a cam on it that's driven off the cam plate. What happens is when the needles come up and they fire, the tucker fingers, which there's a lot of parts on this that I'm not going to get into, but just take my word for it. You got tucker fingers that bring the twine over into the general area of the bill hook. This jaw opens right here. This jaw opens, catches the twine. So this ends up with both pieces of twine, the one that's being held in the twine holder and then also the one that came up through with the knotter. When the cam plate comes around, this gear spins and this jaw is locked down and it creates a knot. Then what happens is you have this surface on the knife arm comes along through, and I gotta remember the orientation, comes along through and swipes along the bottom of the bill hook and pulls the knot off of the bill hook when this jaw is open. And there's a certain amount of drag you want on the bill hook versus the knife arm. And when I opened the knotter stack up, there wasn't much in the way of drag on there. I could pass the knife arm by the bill hook fairly easily. So this is going to sound kind of weird, but how you adjust that amount of drag is you literally take a hammer and you smack down on the top of this knife arm. Now you got to be very gentle and you got to be very ginger because you don't want to go too much. So I take one swat, then I work it, see how it felt. If it needed to be tighter, took another swat, back and forth. I think I probably took a swat on each one 4 or 5 times before I got what I felt was a proper amount of drag on the knife arm and the bill hook. So those are the two things that I did to hopefully alleviate the problem that we were having with the twine hanging up on the bill hook. So we're gonna get baling out here later and we'll hopefully see if it's fixed. Ever since I put the larger tires on the Farmall H, the jack doesn't quite go high enough for the rake, so I gotta pick it up and put it on there. Maybe one of these days I'll either get a larger jack or even put a block underneath it. what am I doing out here? Well, I'm trying to rake single windrows for doing the square baling, but when it comes to the round baling, I want double windrows. So I want to bale the square bales out of the middle of the field. So I'm trying to get the smaller windrows in the middle of the field, and then the outer windrows I can rake into heavier windrows. So that's kind of what my plan is. Like I've said before, I'm not very good at raking hay. So as long as it's in windrows at the end of the day, I'm happy. So I can usually fit 125 bales on one of these flat rate wagons. I'm not going as high. I only have one customer that wants 100 bales. So the one wagon will end up selling to that person. The other wagon's just going to go in the barn. So I'm not going to fill these wagons as much as I normally would. Yep. Nice job. I'm marrying me a farm girl. She knows what she's doing. So we're on the second wagon load now. We ended up with 105 bales on the first wagon load. So that covers the customer that I have to supply some hay to. So this right here, whatever we get on this, we're gonna make 2 rounds. Whatever we get on is gonna go in the barn. The rest we'll bale up as round bales. That much too short. And the cows see the fresh hay already. Well, there's one wagon load of hay down here at the barn. We'll bring the other one down after we get the round baling done. We'll let the pickup down. That's good. I definitely feel like I did something today. So let's do a little bit of recap on how we did today. Square bales, we ended up with 170 square bales. 170 perfectly made, not amiss square bales. Apparently the adjustments I made to the knotter fixed my tying issue. I didn't miss a single bale. So that went really well. The round baler, on the other hand, we ended up making 46 round bales, and about half of those I had a problem on the tying circuit on the right hand side of the baler. It would trip the tie. It's an automatic trip, and the left side would trip fine and would tie fine, but the right side wouldn't. I'd have to get off the tractor after the left side was finished tying. I'd have to get off the tractor, shut the PTO off, climb under the front by the pickup, and put the twine back in the twine holder, and then engage the PTO, and then manually trip the baler to tie. Then it would tie the right side. I had to do that, like I said, probably about half the amount of bales that were made today. So that slowed things down a little bit. You know, it's not hard work, it's time consuming. Every time you got to stop and do that process, it adds a few minutes to every bale that you make. So the baler's down by the shop. I'm not going to take it back to my friend that way. We had this problem before when he first got the baler. So I have a couple things I'm going to check, and hopefully we'll be able to have it fixed, because he's got hay he wants to get baled tomorrow. They're talking rain later tomorrow afternoon. I think there's a remnants of a hurricane coming through. So all in all, we got what we needed to get done off of 10 acres. We got 46 round bales, 4x4 round bales, and 170 small square bales. So I don't think that's too awful bad. That puts our hay count to 66 round bales made this year so far, and 10 left over from last year. So we're right around the 76 round bale mark. That's way more hay than we actually need. So I'm probably going to be looking into getting rid of some of these in short order, because, you know, they were good dry bales. I'd like to have somebody put them inside. I know I can't get them all inside, so if I can't find a home for some of them, then they're going to have to sit outside. So it was a good day, busy day. I'm hot, I'm tired, I'm itchy from the hay chaff. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you like our channel, as always, we ask you to subscribe. By now, we're well over 1,000 subscribers, and we greatly appreciate every one of you that subscribe. If you like our channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We just want to keep growing. With that, we hope you have a great day. We'll see you next time.